From Justin Bieber storming out of an interview after his Spanish hosts didn't take him seriously,
Come with us.
to Donald Trump shutting down a rude reporter.
I think we have enough of an interview here. Okay, that's enough. Let's go.
Here are 12 times celebrities walked out on interviews, starting with some Spanish hosts who thought taking shots at Justin was the way to go.
And we got friends of us. They are the biggest YouTubers in Europe. They got like hundreds of millions of followers.
Se los vamos a presentar.
Vamos a presentárselos. Okay.
Hundreds of millions.
Okay.
Yeah. Come with us. Come with us.
And they are YouTubers.
Vamos aquí.
Come with us.
Here.
Yeah, Justin.
But Bieber wasn't the only one to be put off by interviewers with no sense of social etiquette, as this next one wasn't having any of it.
The statement sort of stands by itself, doesn't it? I mean, does that mean you're not a liberal, or that you came out of prison not being a liberal?
Are we promoting a movie? To me, the thing is that I'm certainly not going to backpedal on anything I've said, but I wouldn't say I'm a Republican or a liberal or a Democrat.
But when Krishnan Guru Murthy began to ask even more sensitive questions, Iron Man became visibly annoyed.
Your foot's starting to jump a little bit. You better get to your next question.
The reason I'm asking about the past is that you've talked in other interviews again about your relationship with your father and the role of all of that in the dark periods you entered and taking drugs and drinking and all of that.
And as if making him uncomfortable about his relationships wasn't enough, Krishnan used Robert's past against him as well.
And I just wondered whether, you think you're free of all of that, or whether that's still something.
I'm sorry, I really don't. What are we doing?
Well, I'm just asking questions. That's all.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
are you? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you.
Do you?
You seem okay. It's just getting a little dinosaur in your.
No. Look, I don't want to do that.
Thank you.
But while this interview's walkout was calm, this next one was nothing like it when Matt Damon was insulted by being brought on the Jimmy Kimmel Show only for Jimmy to tell him the show was over.
The magnificent Matt Damon. Matt Damon, everybody. There you go. And they love you, and it's so good to have you here. Unfortunately, we are totally out of time. I hope you had a good time tonight. I want to thank Ben Stiller. I want to thank all the celebrities who made tonight's Salute to Me possible. Again, my apologies, Matt. Can you come back tomorrow night?
Yourself.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Matt quickly upped the tempo after the show had officially ended, furiously swearing at Jimmy for being rude.
I knew you were going to do it. Oh, big funny, big laugh. Just tell me when I can get up and walk up. No. You said that. No, I knew you were going to do that. Do that.
Even Julian Assange couldn't stand this interviewer's persistent personal attack and shows some people just need to learn the hard way.
You mentioned, you sort of describe yourself as a lightning rod. One aspect of that has been the legal situation for yourself in Sweden. You're now facing charges.
I'm not going to talk about that in relation to this.
But it does affect WikiLeaks.
Yeah, but this interview is about something else. So I will have to walk if you're...
Do you still...
If you're going to contaminate this extremely serious interview with questions about my personal life.
Well, no, I'm not. But what I want to ask is, at one point you said it was a dirty tricks campaign.
I'm going to walk if you're going to.
The legendary whistleblower warned the interviewer again that she was setting herself up to be demolished.
So you don't want to address whether or not you feel this is an attack
Right,
on
it's completely disgusting, Antigua.
I'm asking whether or not you
I'm
feel...
going to walk. If you're going to contaminate us revealing the deaths of 104,000 people with attacks against my person.
Julian finally had enough of the reporting not being able to take a hint and gave her a lesson in interviewing in a calm and collected manner.
I'm not. What I'm asking is if you feel that it's attack on
Okay, sorry.
Julian, I'm happy to go on to that route. In what sense? I have to ask that question. I have to ask that question.
And while the WikiLeaks founder was emotionally controlled, fashion model Paris Hilton had to try hard to keep her cool when she was asked if her future was uncertain due to competition.
Do you worry at times that the people who have followed in your footsteps, like Kim Kardashian, are overshadowing you?
No, not at all.
There's been some talk about the ratings in the show being low. Has that upset you?
No.
Never a feeling of, do you ever worry about your...
Paris was clearly uncomfortable about the to-the-point questions being asked and eventually had to step away.
Your moment having passed? You want to wrap up?
When I was curious about one thing going back to...
What followed was a long, heated conversation with Hilton and her publicist.
Well, I don't want all this being used.
But fashionistas aren't the only people dealing with persistent questions from reporters, as LeBron James found out next.
LeBron, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. From listening to everybody's reaction to the play at the end with JR getting the rebound, there's still confusion about whether JR thought the game was tied or whether he thought you guys were ahead. From where you stood on the court and from talking to him after the play, what's your reaction to it? What's your version?
What do you mean, what's my version?
Well, did he think that the game was tied, or did he think that you guys had it salted away?
How do I know that?
Or did you discuss it at all with him at the end of the play?
No. They asked me if I talked to JR about it. I said no already. I knew it was a tie game. We was down one. George Hill went up. He made the first one. We got the offensive rebound. You know,
LeBron was lost for words when the reporter kept asking details for a question he didn't know.
Thought we were all aware of what was going on. That's my view. So I don't know what JR was thinking. I don't know the question you're trying to ask.
LeBron finally had enough of the reporter not getting it, so he punished the whole crowd for it and walked out without a word.
I was just trying to see if you knew exactly what his state of mind was. Did he think that you guys had it won, or did he think he was trying to make a play? Not sure.
What do you mean I'm not sure? No, I don't know his state of mind.
Did you know if he knew the score?
Thank you.
But even presidents aren't immune to the dangers of a socially inept interviewer, as shown when Donald Trump gave these reporters too much time.
He's never been asked a question that's hard.
Okay, but forget him for a minute.
No, but you start with me.
You're president.
Excuse me, Leslie, you started with me. Your first statement was, are you ready for tough questions? That's no way to talk. No way to talk.
Leslie, one second. This is the first warning. I think we have 5 minutes until we have the vice president step in. Is that about right?
Trump eventually took things into his own hands after shaming the reporter after his publicist stepped in.
Well, I think we have enough. We have enough of it.
So I think we're ready for the vice president now.
I think we have enough of an interview here. Okay, that's enough. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go meet for 2 seconds, okay? Thanks. I'll see you later. Thanks.
Even comedians get riled up by stupid interviewers asking dumb questions, as shown when Joan Rivers took on CNN.
Sell out on stage, even with your fashion critiquing, while it's very mean in some ways, people can't wait to hear what you have to say. Really? It's not mean?
You can. It's not mean. I tell the truth. I'm sure I say the same things that all your viewers say to their friends sitting next to them on the couch.
Joan quickly saw what was coming when the interviewer jabbed her provocatively and immediately took her to the cleaners.
On the cover of your book, you're wearing a fur, and you knew that there would probably be animal rights activists.
You know, this whole interview is becoming a defensive interview.
No!
Are you wearing leather shoes?
Yeah,
shut up.
I'm talking.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
I'm not an activist,
You're eating chicken.
Yeah.
You're eating meat. I don't want to hear this nonsense. Come to me with a paper belt, and I'll talk to you.
But you did hear it in some of those press conferences. There were people who were upset.
Joan slammed the hostess for being rude and unprofessional by deliberately goading her, but Joan immediately called out her hypocrisy.
No, you know, I'm going. I really am going because all you have done is negative.
No.
All you have done is negative. I haven't heard net. I make people laugh for 50 years. I am put on earth to make people laugh. My book is funny. I wear fur that was killed 15 years ago. I work for animal rights. Stop it with, and you do this, and you're mean, and you're that. You are not the one to interview a person who does humor. Sorry.
Are we serious?
But even talk show icon Whoopi Goldberg was triggered when The View's host was controversial, with the crowd clapping for their appreciation of the facts.
So you're saying that Americans are not smart enough to recognize that while it is part of our Constitution to say freedom of religion and freedom to worship, and there were 70 families who are Muslim, who also died in that building. So you're saying that that his saying that they have the right to do it and not saying any more than that is why his approval rating has gone down?
What ensued was a clash of half of the women against the one man, with Whoopi and Joy Behar getting ever more irate.
I'm showing that there is a gulf between Americans wanted to know what his opinion was on the issue, and he wouldn't give it.
We're Americans.
That's one thing.
But you know, so what about this?
You agree with it.
No,
Most
we're Americans. I'm an American.
Look, let me break this to you. 70% of Americans don't want that mosque down there. So don't give me the weed business. You want to bet on that? You want to bet? I'll show you that poll in a minute.
All I'm saying is that
Americans don't want it down. Why is that? But why aren't we saying
it's inappropriate?
Why is it inappropriate when 70 families died?
Muslims killed us on 9/11.
Oh my God! That is.
Whoopi eventually couldn't keep it together with her inciting Joy Behar to leave with her in a show of protest.
Muslims didn't kill us on 9/11? Is that what you're saying?
Excuse me, extremists.
What religion were they in?
What religion was Mr. McVeigh? Mr. McVeigh was an extremist as well, and he killed people.
70% of the country.
I don't want to sit here. I don't want to sit here now. I don't.
You're outraged about Muslims killed us on 9/11.
While Joy Behar walked out over extremist comments, Kanye West was much quicker to anger when Piers Morgan hit him with some direct questions, with both accusing each other of being rude.
The point I was going to make is that I watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait. Now look right now. You're not going to take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have there?
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no. I mean, don't help them out. You know, they.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations.
But relationships between the two big personalities only deteriorated as Kanye started to talk nonsense.
Like that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
With all due respect,
so many,
what are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay.
Sneeko then started to accuse Piers of being provocative, which Piers immediately denied.
Come on, you know what you were doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
I think you were trying to patronize very intentionally by getting those two things, under his skin. Maybe it could have been about past interviews or because of what happened yesterday. But, I mean, this information is not that difficult to get right.
Yeah, we called him Ye, and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million.
Piers then turned the tables on Sneako, slamming him for his earlier behavior and his inappropriate response to it.
From 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys beat us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now. You kept all my crew in Spain and here waiting, and then wasted their time. And then you got us all back now, and you've wasted our time again. And you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
Sneako didn't hold back when hitting back, even if his information was inaccurate.
And I'm just curious how you, Sneako, deal with the fact that you are so openly associating yourself
You asked
now
that question
with
a few
somebody
times,
who
and I
seems
mean, I
to
can ask you the same
worship
thing.
Adolf Hitler and is pro the Nazis. Do you feel comfortable about that?
No, we worship God. There's a
No,
if
no,
you're gonna
he
say it's
worships
pathetic
Adolf
that
Hitler.
I'm here promoting this. We could talk about how
He
pathetic it
worships
is that
Adolf Hitler.
That you were essentially working for Israel up until a couple months ago and
Really?
promoting
When was I
things
working for
like
Israel?
genocide.
Piers then switched lanes and put Sneako in his crosshairs, which only led to increasing confrontational emotions.
I think I find it funny. That's not something that I would do personally. I don't whip
You think it's
anybody.
funny,
I
do
don't,
you? Whipping
condone
Jews?
slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You think
I
that's
think
funny?
the context of that is funny. Yeah.
What's
and
the
also
humor?
to
I'm
remove
missing,
any sense of humor
I'm missing
from
the
that is
humor. What's the
ridiculous.
humor?
It's. I mean, do you want me to break down a joke for you?
You think it's a joke, do you, about whipping Jews?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a joke because I've been here for a couple weeks and he hasn't whipped any Jews.
Really? So because he hasn't actually whipped any yet,
Yeah,
that's a joke.
He really has.
Yeah.
Things were bound to go badly between the two when Piers accused him of wasting his team's time.
I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's
If
my
you want to
question.
keep doing
Why
insults,
did you?
there's no point in me being here.
Why did Jay stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
Sneako finally couldn't handle the heat and left after insulting Piers.
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
Really?
thank you for
Even though
having me.
you
If
set
would
up
like
the
to talk
interview with
one-on-one
him.
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
thank
tell
you.
him from me he's a sniveling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper.
Even renowned actress Naomi Klein was questioned over alleged corruption in South Africa when she had dinner with top officials.
Received a diamond from
I
Charles.
didn't receive a diamond, and I'm not going to speak about that. Thank you very much. And I'm not here for that.
Did you have dinner, though, with Charles Taylor?
I had dinner with Nelson Mandela. Thank you very much.
And did his men bring you a diamond?
When the interviewer pressed for more info, Naomi only gave her the silent treatment.
A diamond in the rough, sort of a large diamond?
No, we're not answering these questions.
Well, we've been told that you didn't help the prosecution sort of in this very important case.
Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Goodbye.
Sorry.